from your home for the Paris Olympics. Proudly covering the Northwest Arkansas community. This is KNWA News at 10.
I heard shots coming out at the very end of the parade. It was very loud. It kind of sounded like fireworks.
A day meant for celebration turned deadly after a shooting during the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Chelsea Helms. Chad Mira is off tonight. That shooting happened this afternoon near Union Station in Kansas City. One person was killed, at least 30 injured. 22 of those people were shot. We have learned the person killed was a local radio station DJ named Lisa Lopez. Children's Mercy Hospital says it was treating 12 children, 9 of whom were shot. We have just learned within the last 15 minutes that all of the kids in the hospital are expected to recover. The city's mayor and one of its congressmen says they never thought something like this would happen.
I was there with my wife. I was there with my mother. We never would have thought that we, along with Chiefs players, along with fans, hundreds of thousands of people, would be forced to run for our safety today.
That has befallen all of us over and over again. Our shooter has ruined the lives of many people who attended.
3 people have been detained as part of the shooting. Their identities not yet released. President Joe Biden just released a statement within the last hour on the shooting. He called for stronger gun laws, saying in part, quote, "Jill and I pray for those killed and injured today in Kansas City and for our country to find the resolve to end this senseless epidemic of gun violence tearing us at the seams." We will continue to follow this story on air and online at knwa.com. On to another developing story. Northwest Arkansas National Airport says a body was found in a vehicle parked in the airport's parking lot this morning. The airport says the person was reported missing by a family member earlier in the day. The Benton County Coroner's Office is investigating the cause of death. We will keep you updated as we do learn more. At least 2 people injured after a plane slid off the runway at Thaden Field this afternoon. Bentonville's Director of Administration says the pilot of that plane reported a mechanical issue as they were trying to take off. That caused the plane to crash into an area at the end of the runway. The 2 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. For the very first time since Shauna Cash was spared the death penalty, the lead prosecutor is speaking publicly about the case. Last week, a jury found her guilty of capital murder for the 2021 death of Pea Ridge police officer Kevin Apple. Yesterday, she learned she will serve life in prison without parole. While prosecuting attorney Josh Robinson was pushing for her to be sentenced to death, he says he has no complaints about the jury's decision and is proud of the work they did. He believes the jury did not sentence her to death primarily because of her young age and turbulent, unstable childhood that was outlined by the defense.
I think we always realized it was an uphill battle. I do think that the death sentence would have been appropriate and just in this case. But I always knew that it would be extremely difficult. There are no women in death row in Arkansas. There are very few in death row in America.
Robinson says he expects Cash's team to file an appeal within 30 days. Meantime, the trial for Elijah Andazola, a passenger in Cash's car when she killed Officer Apple, is set to begin March 5th. You can read more about both Cash and Andazola on our website. Around Arkansas, an act of Valentine's Day vandalism is keeping a Little Rock couple from feeling the love in their neighborhood. Their pride flag, which has flown in front of their home for years now, has been torn down twice in the past week. Jared Johnson and Alex Hudson say the pride flag is a symbol of love and inclusiveness to them. Johnson says things like the flag being destroyed show there's more to be done when it comes to fighting for acceptance.
I just can't see where that flag could incite so much hate to be destructive. I mean, there are flags out there that I don't find particularly nice, but at the same time, I'm not going to go tear one down.
The couple plans to install cameras in the future, and they say they'll continue replacing the flag as long as this keeps happening. It's a financial toll many Arkansans are feeling, an increase in insurance rates. Our Tylisa Hampton spent some time today talking with some people trying to handle that increase.
I would love for the rates to come back down and to be reasonable.
Dorjeen Beckhafer is just one of hundreds in Arkansas who is seeing their insurance rate spike.
It's huge. We just went through our budget and got rid of things that we didn't need.
Last month, the Arkansas Insurance Department sent a letter to the Arkansas legislator about the burden Arkansans are going through with property insurance rates for personal and commercial coverage increasing. One of the reasons they say over the past year, data showed storm-related claim expenses had a significant financial impact on companies in the state. Insurers paid over $489 million for claims related to the March tornado. In addition to other severe weather events like large amounts of hail, Beckhammer says last year she was with Farm Bureau, but left after seeing a spike.
I was paying total for my house and my cars, and I have multiple cars and lots of kids, about $1,100 a month. I told them to cancel my insurance because I thought I could find it cheaper somewhere else.
But that did not happen.
I ended up with State Farm, where I'm now paying $2,000 a month for the same coverage that I was getting for $1,100 a month.
As for Heather Outler, she says they saw a rise in her auto insurance with Allstate, where they were paying around $300 last year.
Now it's gotten to the point it's $428 a month. It's harder for us to make the payment.
Included in the department's letter, it says going forward, the state will allow a mandatory endorsement with approved notice to allow actual cash value loss settlement on replacement cost policies for wind and hail damage roofs at age 7. That's opposed to how it previously was. But despite this limitation, they say everyone will likely experience some amount of increase in 2024.
That was our Tylisa Hampton reporting. Included in the letter, the department says depending on the weather, they expect to see insurance market conditions improve next year. Here's something you're going to want to know. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it plans to drop the 5-day COVID isolation guidelines. Under the new guidance, Americans who test positive for the coronavirus no longer need to routinely stay home from work and school for 5 days. Instead, they may be able to return to their routines if they've been fever-free for at least 24 hours without medication. That's the same standard applied to flu and RSV illnesses. Health experts believe the impending change could be because most people have developed a level of immunity to the virus because of prior infection or vaccination. A new study by the American Academy of Pediatrics says pregnant women who get vaccinated for COVID-19 can provide their infants protection from the disease. Infants of boosted mothers had significantly higher protection from symptomatic COVID-19 infection in the first 6 months after birth. COVID-19 is especially dangerous for newborns and young infants, and even healthy infants are vulnerable to COVID-19 and are at risk for severe disease. A local organization working to turn the Spout Springs neighborhood in Fayetteville into Arkansas's first Black historic district. KNWA's Kayla Kay joins us in studio with more on the history of that area. Kayla.
Chelsea, NWA Black Heritage members noticed how the Spout Springs community is the only Black neighborhood left in Fayetteville. Now, that area tells the story of Black people in Fayetteville, and they're trying to preserve that history. Former enslaved people settled in South Fayetteville in 1864, according to Emma Willis with Impact Period.
Black people were finally given the freedom to migrate and move, and a lot of them chose this place.
She says Black people also helped build and form the land.
It is the American story.
This area is known as Spout Springs or the Tin Cup.
It has a million names, but none of them come from anybody giving it an actual naming right or choosing it.
Willis works with NWA Black Heritage to help turn this area into a historic district.
Our job is to preserve that history and just make sure the rest of Arkansas and the world knows that there is a historical community here that gave Black residents safe haven and a place to call home.
But there is some gentrification happening in South Fayetteville. This happens when the character of poor urban areas is changed by wealthier people moving in and displacing original neighbors in the process. She says this usually happens in areas that are historically Black, marginalized, and low income.
They typically happen to be the spaces a lot of times developers want to move into, and it's low-cost property, but they have a vision for it and they could turn it around with these developments.
Willis says she wants people to pause and review the history of areas before they move in.
Because that's where your erasure comes in. When you don't know what was previously there, then you just immediately pick up and adopt the area without this knowledge or even just the curiosity or interest to know who was there prior to you.
She says it's important for people to know that they have a place here that they can live and make a difference in.
That area is a community that used to thrive and was bustling with all types of business, and we want to see that back.
There is an event tomorrow at Crystal Bridges that you can attend, hosted by NWA Black Heritage from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll be able to ask questions, learn more about their mission, and see the leading efforts outside of our state that are allowing for other Black historic districts to thrive. In studio, Kayla Cade, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
Thanks, Kayla. Looking forward to learning a lot more about that effort. Petals for Patients. Coming up, we're going to show you how a local group is brightening the homes of hospice patients with these beautiful flowers, but not just on Valentine's Day like today, but every single week. First, though, let's check in with meteorologist Zach Gilday. Man, can you even remember a time when we've had such a beautiful Valentine's Day? Usually we're all bundled up. 64 degrees today.